Man, I don't know if you've had this before, but whenever you have like a huge, massive serotonin rush, like the next day you're like, fuck, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
I was just sad the next day. I was like, shit. Even though I was having like a fun time, I was just hanging out with my friends. I was just like, damn, I'm just sad. I think the serotonin come down was like really high.
Yeah.
I get that.
And that was like, oh man, this sucks. And then the next day we flew to San Francisco. We did a sushi stream where we learned sushi with a sushi master.
Yeah, Michelin chef, right?
A Michelin star sushi chef.
Yeah.
And he was very funny. He was great. It was a really fun stream. Check it out if you haven't. We basically just tried to prepare sushi. And I was not good.
I mean, we knew you weren't good at cooking anyway,
Yeah.
Connor.
Dude, sushi's hard, man. I know it looks easy. They're just kind of like boom, 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 fish. There you go. Dude, that shit's hard.
Yeah.
This man was cutting up cucumbers like it was like arts and crafts. Insane. Insane.
Yeah, it's almost like sushi chefs have to go through years of training
Yeah. It's
crazy,
to get really,
crazy.
really good at sushi.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy, dude. This man turned a cucumber into a Christmas tree. Isn't that insane? Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine how.
Yeah, I know,
yeah.
right? Exactly. I didn't know that too until he showed me.
Did he do it in like the one fell swoop? Just like
He probably could have. He was like, "Drrrr," and then he did like an accordion with the cucumber. Like going,
okay,
and then
yeah.
I copied exactly what he did, and it just didn't work.
it just fell apart.
It just didn't even do anything. And I was like, what the fuck? How did he do that? I swear I copied him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like some magic, especially like with some of the cutting techniques I've seen, where you just see like chefs. It's literally like real life shokugeki, where it's just like,
Yeah, it's what he did. That's what he
Yeah.
did. I was like, and I copied that, and it didn't work. So I realized I'm just not meant to be a chef. But then flew
I
back.
copied that. Now I have 3 less fingers.
Yeah, I copied that, and I just have half a cucumber. And then I flew back. We flew to San Francisco, flew back the same day, and
Yeah.
then next day I flew back to Japan. And
high schedule, man.
Yeah, it was literally like 1 week of just back-to-back stuff, and it was pretty fun. I mean, I got so much work done. It was great. I like it when I can do a trip like that where I just go away for a week, get so much work done, come back and done. Like I did a stream as well where I reviewed cereal with Chris and Ludwig.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, it was just great. I mean, it's really satisfying planning out a trip like that and just getting doom back, and then you're like, oh, nice.
Right.
That was like productive.
Did you help Chris like practice at chess at all?
Yeah, I
'Cause
did.
I'm wondering like how much he did practice at chess beforehand.
I helped him practice a tiny bit, mainly because we never really ended up we just didn't do it.
He knew how to play beforehand, though, right?
Yeah, he knew how to play. He was okay. I think, yeah, he said he was 800. I think that's cap. He wouldn't tell me his rating.
I think he said he was 800 because that's like the default rating you get when you
I
start
think
chess.com.
so.
Where it's like, yeah.
It's like, yeah, 800. I didn't play once. But
Signs up to chess.com, guys. I'm 800 elo. No worries.
I think he's
no
like
worries.
650, 600 maybe. Because he was like, I'm going to do the Queen's Gambit. And he wanted to do the Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
Like, which is a chess opening. And before it, I was kind of like, well, I mean, I guess it's fine. Like I told him, I was like, I would have just done the classic, the E4.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just the fucking moving. Like it's easy. You're white.
Rui Lopez
Like 'cause he
or
was
whatever.
playing white as well.
Right.
So I was like, you could just play that. But I was like, honestly, you've been playing this entire time with Queen's Gambit. Me telling you to swap it now is not going to do you any favors.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just don't blunder your queen. And he's like, and then he kept saying, the days leading before, he's like, as long as I just don't blunder the queen, I'm happy. That's what he kept saying. He kept saying, as long as I don't blunder the queen.
I could literally see how tilted he was after he blundered that queen. He was,
Yeah, there was a thing that wasn't picked up on the cameras, but after he did that, the round, like when the ding ding went and he was next to boxing, he stood up, looked at me, and did this. And I was like this.
Damn.
Yeah, it was yeah. I mean,
made it more dramatic, man.
Yeah.
Did it for content.
It's all for content.
yeah, it was
all for
lucky-
content.
You know, I knew that his opponent was terrible at chess, so I was like, honestly, don't worry about it, just play.
Yeah.
How bad could it go? And then it nearly went extremely badly. And then he nearly let his opponent promote to a queen, but apparently he didn't even know that was a thing.
What? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So he was one move away. So in chess, if you move the pawn all the way to the end of the board, you can get a queen.
Yeah.
And somehow Chris had thrown his queen and then allowed him to get his pawn one move away from promoting with nothing defending it.
And
Okay.
I think they both missed that.
and they both missed it.
Yeah.
And he was one move away. At any point, he could just got another queen, and it probably would have just ended the game. He
just
just
didn't
didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then later, someone had said that apparently he just didn't know that was a thing.
Oh my god.
So Chris was fighting a man who was like a pro in boxing and a toddler in chess. So luckily, it worked out for him.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was like a really, really impressive.
The event was
all
insane.
round,
The event
like,
was
props
insane.
to you, lad.
Yeah.
Because it's like considering how many moving parts
Oh, yeah.
have to like go down for that kind of event to happen, and he
Dude,
was
yeah.
like talking about it for like ages as well.
Dude, just seeing all the staff there, I was like, my God, this is so stressful. But he has like a team of, I think, 15 employees. So he's got a really good amount of people working on this stuff. And, you know, he's not always there like on the floor being like, you do this. It's just like, you know, he works with his team and his team's great. And they're so fucking cool. All of them are so nice.
Yeah, it's just like seeing like live events like that, going to shit like Mogul Money Live, and also doing our tour as well. I'm like, fuck, live things. A lot of fucking fun, you know.
Yeah. That's why I really want to start doing some as well and do some more fun live stuff. Maybe this year, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
There's just something about having that audience energy in front of you that, especially after the pandemic, I've just like sorely missed as well.
Yeah, I think after the tour as well, it made me think like, damn, I really want to figure out a way to do some live audience stuff. Even if that means me going to America for like a week to do something.
Bro, that serotonin rush, man.
It's so good.
It's
and also
something different, man.
It's like, you know, I love streaming a lot, but I love the idea of having these big things that you work towards.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I really want to do some stuff. Keep your eyes peeled. Might be some stuff coming. Who knows?
Yeah.
Next year.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It should be
Do you mean this?
pretty fun. Yeah, this year. Sorry, this year.
Of course.
Oh, yeah,
We are
we
filming this in 2022.
We are filming this in 2023. Yes.
Yeah, 2023.
And it's just great. Like every time I go out to LA, you know, I think LA is an interesting city. This is the nicest way I could say it. It's terrible. It's a terrible.
Big air
It's a
quotations.
terrible city. But every time I go there, I always get so inspired seeing how like the creator scene is over there. How like how hard and crazy people are working out there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, obviously there's some characters that you know, it sucks, and a lot of people are not nice.
Did you ever find out where XQC was?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
He just didn't show up.
Okay.
I think he replied actually to Ludwig at like 8 or 9 p.m. being like, sorry, I just woke up. I think, I don't know, something like that. So that was
That man is on his own time zone. Dude.
yeah, it's what it is, man. When you're the biggest, you can just not turn up to stuff, I
Yeah,
guess.
yes.
Like
Yeah,
no one
yeah.
cares. I just every time I go there, I get so inspired, and like seeing Ludwig just do his thing, man. He's so professional, and the stuff that they're doing and pushing live streaming forward is like, oh my god, that's just badass.
Yeah.
And then, like, how can you see that stuff and not be like inspired to want to better your own stuff and push it further?
Yeah, it's kind of like every time I do go to LA for Anime Expo or whatever, and like you
Yeah.
get to talk to a lot of these other creators, it does like light a fire under your
Oh, for
ass.
sure.
Yeah, and then you come back to Japan, you're like, what can I do here? So
Yeah, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, man, we should just make our own. We should do it.
Yeah, because like just seeing some of like the ideas and some of the shit they can get away with over there, it's just kind of like, oh, I wish I could do this in Japan as well, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just like the infrastructure is there, and it's just a lot easier just to, you know, be able to get a camera out and just be able to like do exciting things. It's you know, I have a lot of problems with LA as we've all like mentioned
Yeah,
before.
of course.
We've all had our qualms with it, but it's they have like all of the infrastructure there just to make shit done and get shit done.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to hire out 3 guys and someone who knows how to do a live broadcast and an audio guy who knows how to get it all done, it's like, boom, in LA, that's easy. But in
Yeah.
Japan, it's like impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there are Japanese people who do it, but it's like they won't be nearly as flexible enough to do what we would need them to do. And also they would charge so goddamn much money, where if, you know, it's just makes more sense at that point to just, if you're going to be doing it consistently, just make your own team.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah,
and
exactly.
get all this stuff.
Sure.
Like when we did that sushi stream, that was 3 red cameras they were using to stream. 3 cinema cameras to stream that with. Insane.
For those of you who don't know, each one is like 20 grand.
No, it's more.
More than that?
More. Fuck. They're like 30 to 40, I think, for just the camera.
Yeah.
And then you need to buy all the other shit, which
Yeah.
it adds
Yeah.
up a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
The SSD is also red SSD.
Yeah, you can't use other SSDs.
yeah,
they have their
yeah.
own proprietary stuff, which is kind of that's a whole thing.
So patrons, we know what we want for Christmas for 2023.
Thanks,
you know?
patrons.
But like I did that. I did a poker stream recently as well, where I got invited to play poker with a bunch of Japanese people who I just only kind of briefly spoke to once, and I kind of thought, yeah, this sounds intimidating. Just turning up to it was a shogi building that they
Oh,
rented out to play poker.
Cool.
and it was just they kind of brokenly messaged me in English, being like, "Poker, yes. Alcohol, yes." And then as I'm like going over there, they messaged me being like, "Poker, no." I'm like, "What? What?" But then I get there and they're like, "Oh, yeah, all good, all good." I'm like, "What the fuck? What? Just message me in Japanese and I'll Google Translate it."
It's like, damn, we thought we could debate him.
Yeah, so I met these people on a stream, and one of them is like a professional poker player in Japan. He travels a lot.
Is that a thing in Japan?
So recreational poker is really big here. If you want to play,
You got to pay in.
Yeah.
And then, you can't like win money necessarily,
Yeah.
but like, yeah.
A lot of people
It's just for fun.
like practice here, and then they go to foreign countries to compete. So a lot of them will go across Europe, will go across America, just playing poker tournaments. But they practice a lot here. There's a really big scene for it here. They were telling me that there was a YouTuber who's in Japan. He's a poker YouTuber with 1 million subscribers. And that's a lot for Japan.
I think I know, yeah.
He has his
what you're
own
talking
brand of
Fuck it,
poker
that's
chips as
fucking
well.
massive
Or
in
he
Japan.
recommended it. Yeah, that's
like 1 million in Japan is fucking
huge.
insane.
poker's pretty big in Japan. Like if you look on the map, like if you go to like Tokyo and type in like poker, there's a lot of poker places that pop up.
Right.
Obviously you can't gamble any real money. It's like all recreational, and you can buy drinks and stuff. And
Yeah.
sometimes they have like fun tournaments and stuff. It's just for fun, and because a lot of people like playing poker. And yeah, so he was a poker pro, and they just messaged me being like, "Hey, do you want to come play poker with us 3 and 5 other people you've never met who don't speak English?" And I was like, "All right, fuck it, sure, let's do it. Why not?" It went really well. They were all really chill. They were all really fun. And it made me really want to do like, oh man, I should just buy a poker table, just cut out some holes for the cards, put some plexiglass, and then
Put
hook
a
up
camera in it.
cameras
Hook a
underneath,
camera.
and then have like 3 cameras going around. I'm like, man, we could do this. It'd be expensive, but I'm wondering, like, damn, I should do this.
Yeah, if you do, hit me up, because I fucking love love
Yeah,
playing
Connor, why don't you do
Pokemon.
all the work? Hit me up.
Connor, do the work, do the thing. I just want to play Pokemon.
Hit me up. Yeah. No, I do. I really want to do some shit like that where I'm like, all right, we can get a space that is built for like live stream content where you can like remake it into some stuff. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'm being ambitious. I don't know.
I mean, poker's just a lot of fun in general.
And then it's easy.
Yeah.
Poker's fun. It's great.
Poker's the fun part, you know. Have you ever
Yeah.
played poker, Joey?
Yeah, I've played poker a few times. I played it in Hokkaido actually, like earlier this year
Yeah.
when I was up there with a few of my friends. Like there's as Connor was saying, there's a ton of places, especially in like the bigger cities as well. Like
There's a bunch in
Hokkaido-
Sapporo.
Yeah, in Sapporo, there's so many. And it's super fun. And again, it's like a whole buy-in thing. And then when you finish with it, you get like kind of, I guess, like a credit type of thing, where you can use it again to buy yourself back in.
Right.
If you go back to that store, for example. But yeah, it's like you just play with a bunch of like random Japanese people who are just like having drinks and just like hanging out and
It's
shit.
a good conversation game.
Yeah,
It is.
There's a lot of time to talk.
Perfect like boys' night, just because it's like
Yeah.
it's the perfect mix between, okay, we're playing a game, but also enough time to just like chill out with the boys and just have a conversation.
For sure, yeah.
Anything like that. I remember like when we went to Vegas, we tried going to like the poker tables in Vegas, and then
Yeah.
we saw the buy-ins there, and we're like,
It was like a
this-
minimum $100 a hand.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's like a minimum, right?
Yeah,
so
minimum.
you need at least a few thousand to even sit down. And then when we walked past it, we just saw like, dude, people looked intense.
Yeah.
And like people were like shouting and
It was
stuff.
like a
and,
life or
like,
death situation.
Dude,
for a lot
I
of these
actually
people.
I think a lot of those people are gambling with like their entire life, like work.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, I don't think this is the vibe. I don't think this is
Too
the vibe.
intense.
Yeah, I think I wanted to have a little fun poker game with some friends maybe, but
Yeah.
no, not
That's why
not-
we just ended up at the roulette
Yeah.
table, right?